Paranormal Activity.
Testing. All right. Welcome to a new franchise. Just watched Paranormal Activity, all 6 of them. We're going to be doing this franchise for the rest of the year. We're going to finish out 2019. Just watched all of them, and I will be doing my reviews back to back. And you're probably wondering where I am. I went to a local haunted house in my city. And as I'm recording all these reviews back to back, maybe we'll catch some paranormal activity. There's been rumors I've heard that things have happened here. There's even like glass on the floor I saw. There's like a pentagram somewhere. It's right there. And I've heard there's ghosts. But I haven't seen anything since I got here. So maybe I'll get lucky and we'll hear or see some stuff as I'm doing these reviews. And then I could put them on YouTube and I'll get famous. That'll be a hit if I actually get some paranormal activity shit going on during these reviews. But in the meantime, let's talk about these movies. So I just watched all of them for the first time because I'm not into found footage horror. I'm more of just a slasher guy. So I never saw these. They started every single year, like 2009 on up. They came out like every single year, like Saw. It was like Blumhouse trying to compete with Saw. And these made a lot of money. They were marketed as real events. Like, thank you to the police department for giving us their footage that we could show you. It's like, I don't think that's legal. You know, it's fucked up if this was real. Like, if this was real, all these, footage reels that we see, I don't think the families would be okay with that. So, it's bullshit right up front. You can't take it seriously. Paramount Pictures is so thankful that the San Diego Police Department gave us their footage to show you and make money off of it. That's evil. All right. So, obviously, it's full of shit. It's not real at all. Like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, based on true events. True in what sense? That people died? People die all the time. So, every movie is based on true events. But let's talk about the movie itself. I'm rambling. The movie is about... Oh, shit. What the fuck? I can't see. Okay, hold on. There we go. Alright, so... Luckily, this camera has night vision. Alright, well, I can't see shit, but that's not important. As long as you guys can hear me. Is this thing on? Alright. Oh, my God. I'm not sure what the fuck happened to the light. So, this movie is about a guy who gets a camera and he films all kinds of stuff with his girlfriend because she has been hearing things and seeing things, and he wants to get it on camera and get some proof to make money off of it. I don't know. He's really into it. He really wants to record everything, and because he just thinks it's cool. It's like, really? That's probably my negative with the movie. Let's go into cons, all right? I think you know the story, so I don't really need to dive more into it. They're just trying to find out if crazy shit really is happening. They want to get it on camera. That's the story. So the cons are that these characters are making unrealistic decisions, especially Micah, the boyfriend. Dude, leave her. It's not worth it. I know they've been together for 3 years. He loves her, she loves him, and they got good chemistry together, but fuck that. Each night, it just gets progressively worse within a 2-week period. And by the end of it, you're just questioning, why is he still with her? Or even in the same house. Like, all right, babe, I love you, but we'll just hang out during the day. And then at night, I'll go to my place. That's the arrangement. Or go to Starbucks. Sleep in a Starbucks. They got open bathroom policies now. You can shoot up heroin inside, and they just let you do it. They'll let you take shits on the floor and just rub it against the wall like you're fucking Art the Clown. It's like that. At least that's what I've heard, right? Starbucks, their whole open bathroom policy because they did something that the media said was racist, and then they're like, oh shit, anyone can use the bathroom now, and anyone can just fucking loiter all the time. I'm rambling again, but still, come up with a solution, leave her. It's not worth it. There's no way, despite how much I might love this person, that I would still be with them after 2 weeks of that shit. Hell no. Sleep somewhere else. Try Starbucks. Get some damn rugs. Seriously, their entire house is hardwood floors, and they're always hearing loud thuds. You know what would help, muff out, suppress that sound? Carpet. Get some carpet. Get some earplugs. Do something. Take some melatonin. OD on that shit. It will knock you out. Nothing will wake you up. until it starts physically dragging you. Yeah, you're gonna wake up. But at first, like seriously, try some earplugs, try some solutions, do something. And there's no explanation. Like by the end of it, it's just like, okay, house was haunted because of her. That's it. The end. Haunting, haunting, haunting. Scare, scare, scare. That's all you need. Boom. Popcorn flick. That's all it is. It's just a popcorn flick. Sit down with all your friends. Make sure it's very quiet. You really need like to be quiet when watching this movie. I have my TV like blasted because it really does rely on like silence and hearing like slight thuds in the background. So that's the best way to watch it. But yeah, I wasn't crazy about the ending at all. I thought the alternate ending where she like slits her throat was pretty cool, but at the same time, it's like, okay, so this ghost is just fucking them with this chick for over 10 years since she was 8, just to one day slit her throat. Okay, all right, makes no sense, but whatever. You know, like I wish there was just more story here. This movie isn't about a story, it's about scares. That's really the whole point. It's like, how many times can we creep you out with noises? That's it, from beginning to end. And I'll admit it's still fun, but when you after you watch it and you think back, you're like, okay, so the whole movie was just about noises. Okay, so that was just kind of like, ugh, really? That's it? It's just noise, 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 noise. The end. That's it. Meh. I wanted there to be more story. You know, like give us an explanation. They like give you like little breadcrumbs of like, you know, exposition and backstory. Like this chick Diane had the same experience as you. She's dead, and oh, it's been happening since I was 8. And you think these like little bits of information are going to go somewhere, and it's all going to lead down the road and like connect and be like, oh, here's the twist, here's the reveal. There's no twist. It's pretty obvious from moment one, and they tell you that it's the girl. This entity is attached to the girl, and eventually it's going to possess this girl and most likely kill the boyfriend. And that's exactly what happens. Spoiler, I mean, come on, it's obvious. So yeah, those are my cons. The pros, I like Micah. I thought he was funny, he's sarcastic, he has some pretty funny lines. He does the whole like technically I didn't lie to you thing. It was just like in Sinister, I reviewed that recently, where he's like, I technically didn't buy the Ouija board, I borrowed it. And that's another dumb decision. Like he buys a Ouija board and it's like, and she gets very pissed off. It's like, what did you expect? It's like, what an idiot. Despite how many times they told you not to buy the Ouija board, you bought it. Dumb character decision. But I liked his character anyways. And we only get 2 characters really in this whole fucking movie. You got like 2 other characters that are on screen for a little bit. The doctor and the best friend of Katie, who is, why is she in here? Like literally at the end of the day, why is that character here? She serves no purpose at all. So why is she here? Why? There's neat scares in here. They kind of change it up a bit. It progressively gets worse. They do like this powder thing. The Ouija board catches on fire. Little stuff like that. The loud thuds in the hallway, which is honestly like the best scare in the movie, because when you put yourself in that situation, it's terrifying. Like, this movie is scary. Don't get me wrong. I know I sound like I've been bashing it, but that's only because there's just a lack of story here, and it's only about the scares, and I'm just not into that. I wish there was more meat to the bones of this fucking movie. It's just scare, 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 scare. But yeah, when you put yourself in that position and you imagine yourself like in bed and you hear like thuds in the hall, that's terrifying. It reminded me of that short, the Lights Out short before it became a movie. That's the scariest part of that fucking short. It's just the sound of what's coming and what is it? What is making that sound, and is it terrifying? Is it huge? You know, like that. Like just in your imagination is basically what does the job. What makes it scarier? It's like, what is it? And so yeah, I like the whole like footstep thing, and you know all the little scares, the door creaks, but it's like I said, this movie's only about the scares. I enjoy the chemistry between Micah and Katie at the first act of the movie when they're taking things lightly and they're not really scared by the situation. They're just trying to document it to see how much they can catch on camera. They have a little neat back and forth. It's funny. It's all cute and whatnot. But yeah, that's really it. There's not much to say about this movie, but final thoughts. If you're a fan of found footage, you'll enjoy this. But if you're not a fan of found footage, I don't know, maybe. Like, it's okay. Like, it's not a bad movie. At the end of the day, I was like, that was good. But it's not something that I would, like, want to watch ever again. When it comes to Paranormal Activity, maybe just check this one out at Redbox. Alright, so I guess I'll give a couple of awards real quick. I think the hottest chick is Katie's friend. I'm not a fan of her haircut, but we don't really know much about her. I can't say much, but she's the hottest chick. And I think the best scene, Clapper Award, will go to the powder scene when they do the little powder test, and the boyfriend like sets all the powder in the hallway and the doors, in the doorway, and then there's like footsteps later on. That was pretty cool. Now let's go into my spoiler discussion. Did you hear that? Could swear I heard a door creak. Alright, so this movie takes place in September 18th, 2006. And this movie came out in 2009. And it says, thank you for the footage from the San Diego the police department, blah, blah, blah. And I love the boyfriend, Micah. Like, they talk about how they're going to get this doctor to come by to look at the house. He's a psychic. And he's like, do you think I should play his spooky music when he walks in? He plays his, like, stock, like, spooky music. It's just hilarious. So, yeah. Just little moments like that really make you like Micah's character. And we find out that she's been seeing the ghost since she was 8. And that her house got caught on fire, but they don't know what caused it. And then, for some reason, they have a 6:14 a.m. alarm clock. That's kind of a random number, but okay. And then he does this sarcastic talk with the ghost, like, after they find out that the door was opening and closing at night. He's, like, talking to the door, like, come on, ghost, what's your master plan, huh? You wanna fight me? It's like, he's just, like, talking to the ghost. Why don't they just get night jobs? I feel like that would be an easy solution. It seems to only want to attack them when the sun's down. Get a night tour job, like me. That's what I do for a living. I work at night. I work from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. and then I come home and I do these reviews. And then I sleep all fucking day. So that's what they should do. Seriously. Or get some extra roommates, people that could help you out. Something, something, something. Like get a dog. Maybe the dog would scare them away. Get some carpet. Get some earplugs. And then there's one scene after they hear like a loud thud and like this banshee scream. After that's over, they're like, do you hear that? Like there's noise still happening. And they say it like 3 or 4 times. Like, yeah, I hear that. And they're like, do you hear that? And I'm like, no, I don't hear that. Literally, I do not. So that scene confused me. Was there really noise? I had my TV blasted and they were like, oh my gosh, do you hear that? Yeah, I hear it. And it's like, I don't hear shit. I was like, maybe, I don't know. What the fuck? So that scene creeped me out. I'm like, why am I the only one not hearing shit? I don't know. And then they hear the weird sound on the recording. He goes to like that, I forget what that app's called, audio something. And then he plays the audio and you hear like a little screech after he asks the question like, do you want me to buy a Ouija board? And it's like, yada yada yada, scares. There's really not much that goes on in this movie. It's just like, scare scene. Oh, he bought the Ouija board because he's an idiot. And then the Ouija board, the triangle thing starts moving. And then it gets caught on fire. And then he insists that it left a message. And then we never find out what that message was. And he's like, I'm trying to find out what it was trying to spell. Do you know anybody named Edith or Edna? And she's like, no. And then that's the end of that. Like, okay, like, what the fuck? What did they find out? Like, that whole... It's pointless by the end of it. It's like, okay, so the Ouija board told you nothing. There was no message to it. Why investigate it? Ugh. Like, it's just, like I said, like little breadcrumbs of things that could potentially go somewhere, and it goes nowhere. It's like, okay, what was the Ouija board thing for? There's no message. Unless there was, and I missed it. Then they do the powder test, and then she's like sleep standing, like she just stands in front of the bed staring at the boyfriend for hours on end, and he's still with her. Leave. Leave. She's not worth it. How long is his battery life? Like, fuck, my camera doesn't even last a fucking half hour. Literally, that's why my reviews are usually a half hour at most. Camera batteries don't last that long, but his just go for 12 hours on end. It's like, what the fuck? I'm jealous. Where can I get this battery? I need it. Then the burnt pick in the attic. They say, just another thing. What does it mean? Please explain in the comments below. They find a comment. They find a picture of her as a child, and it's like burnt, so it came from the house that burnt down. Why is it in the attic? Why did the ghost apparently want him to find it? Why did the ghost want him to find that picture? Is it like some kind of gateway? If they find a picture, the ghost can come out of it and possess the girl? I have no idea. I'm raising questions, and I need answers. Oh, man. So then, I love when the doctor comes back. I hope they didn't pay him, because it's not worth it. As soon as he walks in, he's just like, I can't be here. It's too strong. It's pissed that I'm here. I gotta leave. Like, I like to think that if he was full of shit, that's the perfect excuse to get yourself out of that situation. Like, if you don't want to be there, like, ugh, there's a game on. Why am I here? I got it. The ghost doesn't want me here. Sorry. But just goes home, opens up a six-pack and watches the Packers or whatnot. Like, I just think that he was full of shit. All right? There was no way. He just wanted to go home. And then the picture frame gets busted, and it's like, oh my gosh, the boyfriend, why is it only cracked on his face? Because it wants to kill him. Dun, dun, dun. And then the girl gets physically dragged out of bed, and then she's basically possessed after this point. There's a bite mark on her, which is the obvious clue that she's officially possessed. It entered her, because she quickly goes from, let's get out of here, we're going to a hotel tonight, despite we already establishing that it doesn't matter where we go, let's leave. And then after that is like, I think we should stay. And she's like smiling, and the boyfriend's like, okay. And they sleep there another night, and then that's when the boyfriend gets killed. The boyfriend deserved it at that point. Seriously, you should have known better. You should have left. Why the fuck were you still there? Makes no sense. Obviously, she's possessed. But before that, he like throws a crucifix in the fire. What the fuck? She's holding something in her hand, and it's making her hand bleed. What was that? I couldn't see it. What was in her hand? And then, yeah, Katie kills her boyfriend. And she throws him all the way across the room, and he smashes right into the camera, and boom, to the end. Well, she walks in, and she smiles at the camera, so yeah. Lackluster ending. I was like, okay, that's it. No explanation, no rhyme or reason. Okay, whatever. So yeah. That's the end of Paranormal Activity 1. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Hit this like button, and you can become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.